Hi everyone, I'm APM Ambassador Ellie Cole, and as someone who has faced and overcome many challenges, I know firsthand how important it is for everyone to have their chance to thrive in their careers. Whether it's about creating accessible environments or fostering an inclusive culture, employees have an important role to play in making sure that people with disability are given opportunities. Today, we are going to talk about how businesses can make meaningful steps towards their workplaces to make them more inclusive. And joining me today is Will, an LAC support officer at APM Communities. Thanks for coming in today, Will.
Very welcome.
We'll just start off with your name, your age, if you're willing to share that, and your role at APM.
So my name is Will Scott Jeffs. I'm 27 and I'm an LAC support officer supporting the employment project at APM Communities.
And what is an LAC support officer? Understanding that's an acronym.
Yes. So that's a local area coordinator, and what I do is I help provide NDIS employment supports to different venues and schools with my manager to really help families and other providers know about customised employment and really get it into their business.
You're based in WA right now?
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I've grown up around Quinns Rocks for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, how old were you when you moved from the UK to Australia?
I believe I was 6.
6 years old. Do you have any memories of being in the UK when you were young?
Yeah, like the snow and all the different foods there.
Food. Are you a foodie, are you?
Yeah.
What part of the UK are you from?
Near Cornwall.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean much to me, to be honest. I've heard of Cornwall, but if you asked me to point out Cornwall on a map, I would have no idea where I would be pointing.
It's a nice coastal area. I think it's down south.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 older brothers and 1 older sister.
Am I allowed to ask who your favourite is?
Well, the one I grew up with is Ben.
Mm-hmm.
He's been really close and supportive to me. Yeah.
And when your family moved from the UK to Australia, what state did they settle in?
WA.
So you've always been in WA since then?
Yeah.
And
Westie.
from the moment that you landed in WA, what are your first memories of coming to Australia?
Just the beautiful weather here and the beaches. Like the quokkas, seeing them at Rottnest as well. Yeah.
Oh, you know, as an Australian that was born here, I have never actually seen a quokka.
Really?
I have to get out and do that, don't I?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what was it like for you growing up and going through the school system here?
It was good. Primary school I really enjoyed. High school had its challenges. But I guess going through difficulties, it makes you a stronger and more independent person.
I think it's something that we don't necessarily see or appreciate till we're much older, and it is difficult going through school for a lot of people and those challenges, but it's hard to see at the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for you, I understand that you mainly work obviously in the inclusion space now. Where did the passion for inclusion come from?
As a person with autism, I just wanted to spread the inclusion and awareness that anyone with a disability has a chance to have employment and to do what they like as well.
Did that come from a space where, in your own personal experiences as somebody who lives with autism, is that something that you experienced? Did you experience any challenges yourself in gaining employment when you were younger?
Yes, like definitely with trying to interact with employers and really getting myself out there. But now I look back and I'm like really astonished at what I've achieved.
Absolutely. I think all of us need to take an opportunity to look back at things that we've achieved. We're always looking forward, but very rarely do we look back and actually think, wow, I've actually come a really long way. What are some of the things that you learnt about yourself when you were volunteering for the Salvation Army?
I learnt that the community is definitely important. We all have unique attributes and talents we bring, and being able to help out in the community in just little duties at the time, it made a big impact.
A big impact, for sure. I think the work that Salvation Army do for our communities is incredible. And it sounds like from a very early age you learnt about the importance of having an impact on the community, particularly those that need it the most. And as someone that lives with a disability, I'm sure that resonates with you even more.
Absolutely.
So your first role being a volunteer at the Salvation Army, working at a Thai restaurant as well. What was the next steps for you towards APM? Did you have any other roles in between then and APM?
No, but I really focused on TAFE work as well. So I did Cert 2 business, 2 in IT, film and media. So I really used that experience and tried to find something that matched my interests. And Customised Employment was the way to go with that. I
can't wait to step into Customised Employment with you, because I heard a little bit about it yesterday from someone that I interviewed, and it sounds just incredible. And not only, I think, an area that's really important to APM, I think it's an area that should be important to everyone.
Definitely.
With your employment yourself, you said that you experienced some challenges in that space as someone that was living with autism. Are you able to share with us some of those challenges and what that was like for you and how it made you feel as well?
Yeah, so I definitely just struggled with anxiety and socialising a lot. But having my service provider, Rocky Bay, they helped me really get out of my comfort zone, really helped discover who I was in the discovery process.
And speaking of the discovery process, what was the process like for you to actually have your diagnosis with autism? I'm sure as you were growing up, you may be asking yourself some questions about some of the things that you were experiencing, but not necessarily having the answers there.
Yeah.
And so what was that experience like for you?
I was quite surprised, really, of what I could achieve and what I could bring to the table. Being offered a job at APM, I was over the moon, so excited, because I realised that I can finally join an inclusive workplace and feel like I really contribute to something strong. Yeah.
And I'm sure the role that you had prior to APM, you were feeling that in some sense with being able to contribute to the community in particular. What was it about APM that you admired and knew that gave you the confidence that you wanted to be able to step into that organisation to enable better lives for other people as well?
Definitely just having a voice and resonating with families, schools and providers that, yes, I have a disability, but see the prior background and experience before jumping to conclusions and saying, oh, he's just a person with a disability.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important. Now that you've stepped into the APM family and with your own lived experience of having autism and the challenges that accompanies that itself, I know that you would understand just how important inclusion is.
Definitely.
And so for you, what do you think true inclusion looks like in the workplace?
Just feeling valued and being able to come into the office feeling like not being judged and everyone gets along with you. It's a friendly environment and they're proud of you. Like, they can see you for what you've accomplished and yeah.
And prior to coming into APM, were there points in your life where you didn't feel valued or you felt like you were being judged before people even got the chance to know you?
Yes, definitely in high school. But facing the adversity, it made me realise that actually I am a bigger and better person now. And I can prove them wrong.
I think you have.
Yeah.
But what do you think are some of the key things that businesses can do to increase their inclusion and inclusion awareness as well?
Definitely to look into customised employment. Think about changing their recruitment practices. So their typical, we'll look for a resume or a cover letter. Instead of that, try to approach an informational interview process, and then that will really get to know the person and personalize it for them too.
So what exactly is an informational interview process? What does that entail?
So it's like a normal interview, but the power's swapped. So the individual actually talks to the employer about what their business is like, what kind of duties can they be doing, what hours can they be working as well. It's really giving the person the opportunity to have a voice.
I think in an interview process, a lot of information that you could capture about a potential candidate could be missed because of the way the questions are structured. So this approach almost gives the opportunity for the person who's applying for the job to give them almost an elevator pitch on what they're able to offer.
Yeah.
So if I was an employer wanting to conduct an informational interview process, how would I structure that?
I would recommend probably doing a discovery process with the individual first. So the individual doing a discovery process with a service provider. And then once they've done the job search planning, they can then do the informational interview. And then they feel comfortable knowing who they are, what they can bring to the job and to the company as well.
And what's a discovery process entail? What is that?
So it's a series of getting to know the individual's talents, their skills, basically everything about the person to really understand and how they can be supported moving forward as well.
As a person who's gone through the informational interview process yourself, how did that make you feel?
I was really blown away. Yeah. I realized afterwards that I have a lot of unique skills, and before, this actually reminds me, I still do have a YouTube channel, but I didn't have that in my resume, and that is the actual reason why my manager at APM Communities said, yes, Will's the answer to this project.
Now, the way that your role was designed, you spoke before about the customised employment approach. It sounds like your role has been very customised. Are you able to tell us a little bit about the customised employment approach? And is that something that you've ever come across before?
Before I had the informational interview, I had no idea what customised employment was. It involves 4 steps: discovery, job search planning, job development and negotiation, and post-employment support.
And if I was an employer who wanted to delve into the world of customised employment, what are the steps that I would take to be able to do so? How would I go about that?
I would recommend talking to the Customised Employment team at APM Communities. They will really help you understand the steps and the process.
What kind of benefits have you seen, not only for yourself as an individual, but for the organisation of APM as well?
I think I've uplifted the organisation tenfold.
I love that
Don't
answer.
want to brag, but yeah.
No, absolutely. Credit where credit is due, 100%. Why do you think this style of employment, in terms of customised employment, why do you think this approach is so important? It's not just necessarily about the role itself, it's about what it says, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And why do you think it's so important?
Because it really highlights what the company and what the individual is capable of, being inclusive in the community and feel like they're in a safe and secure environment. Yeah.
And for yourself, how do you feel working for an organisation that is so incredibly inclusive? And as someone who's, has benefited from that as well.
I'm so grateful, and it's been fantastic working with them so far. And I can't wait to see what the future holds, as I might become a subject matter expert in employment supports for the North Metro regions.
So if you're walking into a school or a business trying to promote customised employment and the benefits that it's had, say you're going into an organisation for the first time, what would a workshop look like for them?
Ooh, that's a good question. So it would involve like understanding the different documents. So the Let's Talk About Work document, different steps of how to go into customised employment as well, and really understand like the steps behind it too.
Yeah. And what kind of support does APM then provide to those businesses that are interested in exploring customised employment but don't necessarily know where to begin? What kind of support does APM provide?
So we provide employment knowledge, specifically like to do with customised employment, finding and keeping a job, funding, and yeah, it's just a fantastic experience.
So if I was contacting APM Communities team for the first time, what would I be expecting from that first phone call? Do I need to become prepared with any documents, or is that something that's going to be walked through on my very first phone call?
It can be walked through with definitely my manager, Galen. He provides the employment supports information sessions for the North Metro areas. And if people live in the South Metro, Leaf can host those.
And with the employment supports information sessions, what does that look like? What kind of information will I learn as a business at those sessions?
A whole lot of different terminology with the NDIS, as most of it is extrapolated from the NDIS pricing arrangements booklet. And it also just makes it more impactful just to know, oh, that's exactly what it's used for, that particular funding. So, for example, in core supports, there's assistance with daily life. And under capacity building, there's finding and keeping a job.
With the NDIS system, with disability employment itself, it can be quite overwhelming for an organisation to make the first steps and to approach APM to be able to place someone with a disability into employment, particularly in the customised employment space. Do you have any advice for businesses who are looking to take that first step?
Definitely join one of the workshops that we attend and run. Feel free to join our virtual employment supports information sessions too, that we regularly run every month. And we would gladly be able to help with that.
And as a person with a disability yourself, what has being able to secure employment meant for you?
It shows that customised employment is most definitely possible, not just for me, but for any person with a disability. And I'm just glad I can be the role model for it.
As someone, with your own lived experience of disability, to be able to enter the employment space through customised employment, what does that mean for you?
It means so much. It means like I feel valued. I'm in a passionate and meaningful role, and being able to showcase that to the public is just amazing.
And you're very fortunate to be able to work in the communities. I'm sure you've seen the significant impact that hiring people with disabilities has had, even your touch points going into schools and being able to educate them in that space.
Yeah.
What kind of change have you seen within working with your role in the impact that it's had in the community as well?
Oh, it's been astronomical, especially with school leavers. I've helped 2 to 3 people find and secure meaningful employment. And just knowing that has just made me feel so proud.
And as someone who's also grown up with a disability, I'm sure that being able to see that change and knowing that it's people like you that are contributing to that change must give you so much empowerment as well. And you must think about all of the other people who are affected in a positive way and impacted in a positive way. Yeah.
Yeah. I always just keep telling myself and people, where there's will, there's a way.
I think you need to put that on a bumper sticker. Yeah. So you've been working at APM for 2.5 years.
Yes.
And you are absolutely thriving in this role. If you look forward in 10 years' time, what kind of impact and difference would you like to see, not only within APM, but within the whole employment space because of the work that you've been able to achieve?
I just want to be known as the person that has helped people with employment supports, and for them to recognise that I have value. I can motivate myself to find and keep a meaningful job, and having that willpower.
Willpower is so incredibly important, and it sounds like you've always had the willpower there. You may not have always had that value recognised when you were younger, but you are now. And why is it so important for you to be able to ensure that other people feel valued in the same way that you have?
Because it really shows what they're capable of, and it makes them feel proud and assertive of what they're doing.
Now, as someone who has stepped into the whole world of inclusion, particularly with your experiences yourself, you know, and you've seen firsthand the benefits that businesses can have from inclusive practices. You work for an inclusive organisation already, but what are some of the benefits that other businesses can experience from being inclusive?
So they can definitely expect the person or the individual to have a meaningful, suitable role made for them, to feel like they are included in the workplace in a non-judgmental area, and the employers and the business has a better reputation because they have a person with disability in there.
Thank you, Will. Thank you so much for coming in.
Very welcome.
I learned so much today.